Hello guys, welcome to the Coolest Charles podcast. This is your boy Dewho. Please kindly like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Today we're going to talk about Chelsea latest transfer news as we are closing into the last 2 weeks of the transfer window. So if you're new, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what your thoughts about Enzo Fernandez saga. What is going to happen with Pedro Neto, Nicholas Jackson to Aston Villa, those kind of things. Please let me know. Let me know. Okay. My Wi-Fi is so bad, but again, I'm using my data today, so hopefully things can get better. And also, I need to get a better Wi-Fi. But overall, I'm here. Sorry for the delay. So let's start with Aaron Asamin. Aaron Asamin has been available for a loan, but could stay now. Overall, I think Aaron Asamin have been impressing Xabi Alonso, and since Tosin is the one that is most likely to leave, I think Aaron Asamin and Josh Achampo are going to stay. Big up and Noel says sell Enzo Fernandez from he wants out. So how much should we sell him then? Let me know. Because Manchester City are not willing to meet our valuation, so should we sell him for cheap? Let me know, bro. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Let me know. Well, what is the price tag for Enzo Fernandez? Because Manchester City are not willing to match our valuation. Should we sell him for cheap? Should we loan him? Let me know. Because Manchester City are the one that are interested in him at the moment. So no bidding war at the moment. So Manchester City thinks that they are in control. No, Chelsea is in control of the situation. Chelsea is in control of the situation. So you let me know how much should we sell Enzo Fernandez. And also we got this news now, says official from start of the 2026-27 season, Chelsea under 21s and the under 21 will be known as Carbon Next Generation under head coach of Harry Hosset. I don't get this. Why are we doing this? You see now, Bluco are trying to change everything that is owned by Chelsea. No, they should stop this nonsense. But bro, let me know, Fawela. Let me ignore this call. I want to take calls now. So let me know, Fawela. How much should we take for Enzo Fernandez, bro? You're saying you should sell him, right? So how much should we sell him for? I'll just wait for the panelists as time goes on. Because I've sent the link to your group. So meanwhile, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. I was gonna send the link of the StreamYard on the timeline for people to join in, but again, after what happened to to Site TV. I'm skeptical about it. I'd rather send the link that to people that I know so that I won't get surprises. So according to Sam Lee, says Manchester City were pressed out of move for Malo Gusto. Well, that's the case, bro. If you want our player, you need to pay the premium price. Yes, I know at the beginning I was open with Malo Gusto, Neto, going to Manchester City, but after the Enzo saga, you know what? I don't want Chelsea Football Club to sell one of their key players because let's get it right. Malo Gusto, you know, is not a complete package. He got his mistakes in him, but again, he was a key player for Mauricio Pochettino, even key player for Enzo Maresca as well. Yes, last season was not his best season, but again, when this James was not available, Malo Gusto was the man. So I don't want Chelsea Football Club to sell their best players or their players actually to Manchester City, Manchester United, Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur, you name them, Liverpool. No. Sell them outside of the Premier League. This is why I like the Tottenham Hotspur's transfer policy. They are not going to sell their best players in the Premier League. They're not going to do that because they know they're going to harm them. Those players, they're going to harm them. So they rather sell them for cheap in the other leagues. So if you want Malo Gusto, Enzo Fernandez, Pedro Neto, you need to pay the premium price. Special price for you because you're our rivals. So if you're new, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. I just want to check something here. Okay. So if you're new, please kindly like, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what your thoughts about the Malo Gusto situation. Okay. I've sent the link to people. I just wanted to see. Let me send it to Bobby as well because sometimes Bobby doesn't get the link. I don't understand. So if you're new, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what your thoughts about Malo Gusto being priced out. Are you okay with that? Let me know. Let me know. So meanwhile, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. I know I'm going to speak alone there, but if you help me on the chat to interact with me, to ask me questions, anything happened at Chelsea, I think that will be very helpful and fantastic as well. So do that and I'll be happy. So according to Simon Jason, the focus at this stage is on outgoings. Chelsea have not completely ruled out buying anyone else, or although it will depend on who goes, and there is a acknowledgement that is a late in the window. 100%. For me personally, I think we need to sell a lot of players. I'll start with goalkeepers. Shaman Low and Gagas Lunina should go on loan. And we need to get an old goalkeeper for the third place spot. But again, it seems like Gagas Lunina, Shaman Low will be the third place, which I don't like it because they're still young. They need to develop, to explore in their careers. But again, I'm not Chelsea. I don't decide. In terms of defense, no official statement from Napoli in terms of Barishile. So let's see. But we need to sell Axel Disasi, Tosin Adarabioyo. We need to sell. We need to loan Anselmino or Sa, one of the two. And for me personally, in terms of the center backs that we need to keep, is Levi Colwell, Maxence Lacroix, Fofana, Josh Achimpong. I wanted us to get a new center back, maybe an older one to loan or those two sign Asenmina. But if you're not going to do that, I'll add Asenmina to and loan sign the Premier League as well. But it all depends whether they'll get enough game time. And sell Tosin. I don't, as much as I like Tosin, first season he was doing very well. Last season, him and Trevor Chalaba for fun. They're one of the main reasons that we are getting cooked left and right. So I don't want that anymore. I don't want that anymore. So I'd rather sell them and keep those five, because every loan to say we can have 4 or 5. Maybe we can have 4, then maybe loan another one, because even Hato can play as a left center back. It's okay. No problem then. But it all depends on Xabi Alonso, since he's the manager, and then hopefully the sporting director and the club are going to support him, because that is the important part, supporting the manager. Give him what he wants. I'm still waiting for Naui Formula about Enzo Fernandez. He said we should sell Enzo Fernandez. I'm asking the price. I've asked him the price of Enzo Fernandez. If you sell him, how much should we sell Enzo Fernandez? And then in terms of outgoings, guys, which players you're saying we need to sell as well? But in terms of the midfielders, I say we should keep Levi, not Lavia, Moses Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez. We have Barco. We have Henderson. And we loan Darius Sugo to Strasbourg, or where we know that he's going to get minutes. Because last season was supposed to be his breakout season, but again, he had several injuries. He couldn't even play games. So I'd rather Rooney. If not Darius Sugo, loan Barco then. Because we're going to have few matches. We're not going to have a European competition, so we don't have to overload in terms of midfielders. Doesn't make sense. I know the grandfather, Jordan Anderson, most likely will get few game time because of his role at Chelsea will be different. He'll be more behind the scene guy, which is very good because most of the players respect him. So he knows something that we don't know. So I'm up for it. But if we sell Enzo, I think we need 2 midfielders. We need a midfielder that is going to sit deep. We need a midfielder that is going to score goals. We should not depend on Cole Palmer, Morgan Rogers, and Joao Pedro and stuff. We need to have a goal-scoring midfielders. But again, I'm not the club, and then we still don't have enough time to do a lot of business. So I think since the club are saying we need to focus on selling players, I think it's a good thing. But in terms of the attackers that I need to go, I said it, Marc need to be loaned or sold. Jackson sold, Dilep sold, Emeka need to stay because since he's still struggling with injuries, I don't think it's wise for him to go on loan somewhere because what if he struggles again? They were not going to play him, so we wasted another loan spot. So keep the boy and help him in terms of rehabilitation and get to be his best and give him game time there and there and see how he's going to improve. Hopefully, he can impress the team because I think he's a good player. Last season was as bad for him because he was struggling with injuries, but that other season, he was the main man in Strasbourg. And last season was Panicelli. Unfortunately, Panicelli got injuries at the wrong time because Strasbourg were fighting for the Conference League and Panicelli was not available, which was sad. Petro Neto is 50-50. Not Petro Neto, not Japet, Petro Neto, right? Big up in the chat. I guess we have part of Dutch ownership. What do you make of Marc Walton? Yeah, it seems like they're running away from something that we don't know. And DJ, if you're free, let me know. I'll send you the link. Let me know, DJ. I'll send you the link. Let me know. Let me know, DJ, if you're free. So let me send you the link anyway. If you're free, join me, bro. It's not helpful speaking alone. Yeah, for me, I think they ran away from something. But again, they asking if you watch it, they want to sell the club. I think that can take time because it's not easy. Selling shares and or selling clubs, those kinds of things, it's not easy. It needs to take time as well. So I said it, every billionaire, they have their behind the scene skeletons. So no billionaire is a saint. I'm telling you right now. Actually, no one is a saint, especially a billionaire. They have their dodgy things behind the scenes. No one is seeing them. Now it seems like they're catching up, which is bad. But I'm glad Clay League own 60% of the club because okay, no problem, DJ. I understand. So it seems like Clay League, Clay League, since Clay League owns 60% of the club, Mark Walters and Todd Bowley can go. I don't care. And now the reports are saying that Bali is the one who's helping Xabi Alonso in terms of buying players. If they're going to change their transfer policy and they make Chelsea successful again, let's see. I don't want to say, oh, I forgive them. No. 4 years of wasting money, wasting our time. We should be, the money that we wasted, we should be challenging for the Premier League. We should be challenging for the Champions League. Look at how PSG recruits. I said it, one sporting director buying young talent, but again, they're not just paying. They're not just buying young talent for the sake of it. They are buying ready-made young talent that are going to brief them immediately. Not Garnacho, not Liam Delep. Yo, Steven, it's been a while, bro. They have chance to join. Let me know. If you have a chance to join, I'll send you the link. Let me know. Yo, it's been a while, bro. I see you've been fighting with Simon Phillips as well. DJ, what are you hearing about Enzo Fernandez's future? Oh, so you ran away from my question and then you asked DJ Sef. It's fine, Paul. I'll get you. Don't worry. Guys, if you're new, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. Let me see how many likes. 19 likes. I think we should be doing better than this. Let's push to 30 likes. And Stephen, bro, if you're free, let me know. I'll send you the link. It's been a while, and I see you crashing out of so many ITKs as well on X. Oh my gosh. Oh, give me 10 minutes. Okay, bro, no problem. Okay, let me know. You send me a text on DM, then I'll just send you the link. Let me see the battery on my phone because I'm hotspotting with my phone. My Wi-Fi is acting up. So I'll just check the signal after 30 minutes, and then if the signal is bad, I'll use my Wi-Fi. Let's go to Omega then. It says, after some uncertain, it has been determined that Emmanuel Omega will be part of the Chelsea squad this season. 100%. Keep him because, like I said before, as much as I want him to go on loan to especially in the Premier League, I don't think it'll make sense because he's still struggling with some hamstring injuries. So we loan him somewhere and he still doesn't play. We don't have full access to monitor him. So let him stay carbon and explain to him you're going to get minutes and then and get back to your fitness. And then if you're doing very well, maybe we'll see in January whether we can loan you or not. If you want some more minutes. If not, you stay at Carbon, you stay at Chelsea, you play cup games. If Welbeck is not available, you play Premier League games when João Pedro is not available as well. So I think it's 50-50. So let me know, guys, in the comment section, what do you think about keeping Omega? And also, it seems like Jackson, Marguerite, Liam Delap are going to be sold, which is fair. I know some of Chelsea fans say we should keep Jackson. No. As much as I like him as a player, no. I don't think we'll accept him being a squad player, Nicholas Jackson. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Because we still have 2 weeks to sell players. And then what we've been hearing is that Aston Villa and Chelsea agreed a fee, maybe it's behind the scenes for the deadline thing, because we need to wait for 45 days to sell players to each other. After sending Morgan Rogers, we need to sell a player to Aston Villa after 45 days. So let's see whether that is true or not. Big up and farewell on ends. I don't believe this talk of Manchester is going away. I think they will eventually call up on the with sales on road to Barcelona and Xavier to Spurs. So let me take this call, guys. This person doesn't even talk. Sorry about that, guys. I can't even put my phone on silent because if I miss a important call, I'll be in trouble. So I'll just ignore those ones that I don't want to answer because they'll call you, still don't talk anything. DJ Self, let's see, bro. So let's go on Enzo Fernandez then. What happened? What happened there? Let's go on Enzo Fernandez then. And then see what the Chelsea sources are saying. When we started assembly, the Manchester City correspondent says Man City consider Enzo Fernandez a priority target and will attempt to do a deal but have no intention of paying the 120 and do not want to go higher than that. This is the issue. For me personally, I think we keep Enzo Fernandez, DJ. If Manchester City are not willing to pay that, but they're paid £116 for Elliot Henderson and Enzo doesn't worth more than that. So clearly they're disrespecting us, especially in this wild transfer window. Mateus Fernandes doesn't worth 85 million. Sandro Tonali doesn't worth 100 million. Bruno Guimaraes worth that money because he's a good player. So Rodri worth that money. While Barcelona are paying because he's a good player. Even as Chelsea overpaid for Morgan Rogers, and you're telling me Enzo Fernandez is scoring a midfielder, a leader, is durable because he's always fit, and he doesn't worth more than Elliot Henderson. I think we should keep the player and then wait for another season to see whether Real Madrid can come in for him or another team. For now, I think we keep him. I think we keep Enzo Fernandez for now. Says it's just matter of what they put on bid because we will need to replace him either with Walton, Camavinga, Ruiz from PSG, according to Ben Jacobs. This deal and Enzo is not. Yeah, it might not be over, but again, if Manchester City are not willing to give us what they were asking for, then what's the use of negotiating? They're wasting our time. Big up, bro, big up, bros, big up, my bro, big up, Coachella. Says why didn't we get Rodri? I don't think Rodri or even Manchester City will allow Rodri to go to the Premier League, just like they're doing to Erling Haaland. But us Chelsea fans, right? Chelsea fans want us to sell Enzo Fernandez to Manchester City. I remember Harry Kane had agreed personal terms and also was pushing to come to Manchester City, but Tottenham Hotspur said, no, you're not going to Manchester City. They sold him to Bayern Munich. Same to Luka Modric. Luka Modric was linked to Chelsea and Manchester United. And Chelsea were willing to pay £50 that time. They sold him to Madrid for £32. So you are telling me they didn't want more money. They don't want their best players to be sold to Premier League rivals. Simple as that. Same as us. I think we should do that. Yes, Enzo want to leave. He must push to him. He might be pushing so hard. I don't care about that. But we should tell him and his agent that we are not willing to sell you to Premier League clubs. If you want to go, call PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona, whoever, and we're going to sell you. But for now, I think we should not do that. That would be stupid, in my opinion. Let me charge this phone because how many percent? 14%. It says hopefully the player himself is open to stay. Yeah, I heard Fabrizio Romano said Enzo Fernandez is not actually pushing so hard, because if Enzo Fernandez was not training, didn't report to training, he hand over a transfer request, then I would say, okay, it's fine, we can sell up. But Enzo is reported on training. He didn't give a handover transfer request. Remember the way we got Wesley Fofana to Leicester City. What happened, guys? He didn't want to train. He handed over a transfer request, and then Leicester City didn't have any choice but to sell him to Chelsea. But Enzo is not that way, right? He's reporting to training. He didn't hand over transfer request. That means it's 50-50. And then if he goes to Manchester City, so be it. But for now, as long as Manchester City are not paying what we're asking for, the player should stay to Chelsea. We should not be held ransom on our key players. We overpaid for a lot of players under Bluco, and then we should not sell our key players on a low fee, especially with this transfer window I'm telling you about. So you're telling me Elliot Henderson worth more than Enzo Fernandez, guys? Let me know. It says if Enzo goes, I want KDH or Jao Neves to replace him. I think KDH won't come back to Chelsea. Jao Neves, PSG. Oh my gosh. I don't think PSG will sell that player. I personally don't think Enzo's thing. He needs to sack his agent. Pastor how has been not managed to get a new deal for Enzo is beyond me. 100% meaning new contract. I hear you, DJ Safe. I never liked this agent, by the way. Even as a player at PSG, he always hated Chelsea. I think this is the main reason. And he felt Enzo wanted to go to Real Madrid, not Manchester City. Now he's just pushing for the sake of he wants to get an agent fee. So let's see. Enzo has been very professional, 100%. Like I said, if he hand over a transfer request from now on, I will sell him, and then I won't say nice things about him. And I said it. Nicholas Jackson, Cole Palmer, João Pedro are getting new contract. Moses Kai said are getting new contract. Why Enzo Fernandez doesn't deserve a pay rise as well? And then you see how Chelsea likes to do nonsense, right? They say João Pedro last season was our best player. He deserves a new contract because he's linked to Barcelona. That's why they want to keep him, right? Why Enzo Fernandez has been linked to Real Madrid, even Manchester City, they are not willing to sit him down with him and his agent and meet each other halfway in terms of the transfer. Maybe they might not give him actually what he wants, but they might meet halfway. So this is why I'm saying that. Why Chelsea are not keeping their best players? Manchester City kept Jessica Gaviol. They're keeping Erling Haaland. They're keeping Doku. They're giving them the new contract. Actually, they signed new contract. Why Chelsea is not doing that? Says his agent is the biggest problem, mate. I think if he goes get rid of job story, he will sign a new 100%. This is what we need to do. If Enzo Fernandez doesn't go to Real Madrid, Manchester City, or somewhere else, right? What we need to do, we need to sit down with Enzo alone. We need to agree a new contract with Enzo, but we need to agree with our terms. You need to agree new contract. make a public statement that you want to stay to Chelsea, you apologize, blah 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 blah. But for me, if you apologize, we are overdoing it. And also, you need to sack your agent. Your agent is not professional. One of the worst agent, in my opinion. Enzo is the boss, so whatever Pastor says, if he says Enzo's is with Enzo's consent, that's my opinion, 100%. I think Pastor is doing what Enzo is asking him to do. Big up Daniel Nye says, what do you think of Tech Bully might be selling his stake? Does it mean the end of Bluco? I don't think it's the end of Bluco. I think him and Walters, they are close. Wherever they go together. Wherever they live together. If you check their history, they own a lot of franchises together. So, for me personally, I think this is the case. I don't okay. Let me see. Let me do this. If I can get Stephen. Let me see if I can get Stephen then to send him a link. Guys, if you're new, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. What is this now? But anyway, it says keep Nicholas Jackson 100%. But again, I would say 100%. But again, if Nicholas Jackson doesn't want to be a squad player, which I think is not, I don't think he will be a regular starter, especially if you don't have any European competition. And also, for me personally, I think Chelsea and Aston Villa already agreed a fee for him. Just matter of time when it will happen. There's one to give me the option to send him a link. What is this? Okay. Yeah, I've sent him to a link. So let's see if Stephen can join in. I hear you, real GM. It says we should keep Nicholas Jackson. I don't think we're going to keep him, by the way. That's my personal opinion. But let's see. Let's talk more on Enzo Fernandez, right? I think this is interesting from Simon Johnson. Let's take this. And actually, I agree with this. So if you're new, guys, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. No problem, bro. No problem, Coachella, I understand. It says I would have loved to join, but I'm headed to dentist. Don't take out all your teeth. actually it's not bad. If you see now, these guys. Big up, Stephen.
Yo, you hear me, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, you?
I'm good, thanks. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been pretty long, man. It's been about over a year, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm well. Can't complain.
Yeah, man.
So I see you've been crashing out on Simon Phillips on X.
Yeah, keep shit, man. Don't listen to it.
um, let me just do this because I can hear you. Let me just yeah. So anyway, what are your thoughts about the Enzo Fernandez situation?
Oh, I'm tired of it, man.
Do you think he goes to City or he stays? Can you hear me? Oh, I can hear you now.
Yeah, what are you saying about Enzo?
Let me just read this because I actually grabbed this from Simon Johnson. Says, even if Manchester City offer 120 now for Enzo, it might not be acceptable for financial reasons. Chelsea are very reluctant to help improve a Premier League rivals at this late stage of the window with no assurance of finding a replacement themselves. Their priority is strengthening the squad, not weakening it. So it is not a case of looking to get a very high sum to boost bank balance. Fernandez is still a very valid player. 100%. I've been saying the same thing. We should not sell our key players to Premier League rivals. The player might want to leave, it's fine, but never to Premier League rivals. This is my
Yeah, I
own
don't
opinion.
agree in that. Selling to rivals, I don't agree in it.
Yeah, because if let's say we sell him to Manchester City and he score maybe 15 goals, and maybe if more than important 15 goals, he helped Manchester City to win the league, even the Champions League, we will look bad as a team. I don't want that.
Yeah, and especially after the deadline, we will look weak.
Exactly, especially we created a fake deadline. They even briefed David Austin, Fabrizio Romano, their smaller journalists and stuff that there's a deadline day. If you sell Enzo Fernandez after that deadline day, that means we are taking from Manchester City. No way we are leading Enzo Fernandez to go on ship to Premier League rivals.
No, it would make us look weak. Then it will set other players if they want to leave. They know what to do.
Exactly. So I don't want that. I think that will upset Xavi Alonso as well. But let's see.
Yeah, I don't see it happening, man.
Yeah, for me personally, I think it's still 50-50 because anything is possible. They might pay more than that we are asking. So let's see.
Apparently, they don't want to even pay 100.
Then if that's the case, I think we should not even entertain anything then. That's
The club
stupid.
won't accept that. The club want more than 120.
Yeah, 100%.
And
We
they
should
don't want to pay. They don't want to pay. I don't see it happening.
So they paid 116 for Elliot Anderson, and Enzo doesn't even where's that money? That's crazy.
No. Yeah, I don't see it happening, man.
Let's see, man. I don't know. Still, we still have 2 weeks left, but again, I think Chelsea should keep Enzo Fernandez, in my opinion. And what are
Yeah.
your thoughts about What are your thoughts about this agent, by the way, Pastore?
Oh, his agent is terrible, man. I've never seen an agent as bad as him.
100%. 100%, bro. If Enzo clearly wants to go to Real Madrid, right? And if Enzo doesn't get
He
the Real
made
Madrid,
Real Madrid block him, bro.
that's why now, for example, if Enzo wants to go to Real Madrid and it can happen this season, clearly you have to go to Enzo Fernandez. Look, Real Madrid can't get you this summer. Let's try again next summer. You need to stay at Chelsea and see how the season planned out, and then we're going to try again next summer. Just like Eden Hazard, for example, we always knew Eden Hazard wanted to go to Real Madrid. And then we all every season, I think it was 3 to 4 years, we always stopped him to go to Real Madrid. But again, at the end of the day, he went to Real Madrid. I think if he's desperate to go to Madrid, he should stay there at Chelsea and then wait for the next transfer window, see what is going to happen. But from Real Madrid to Manchester City, I think his agent is failing him, and he talks a lot in the media as well.
Oh, it's a headache, man.
Yeah, it's a headache.
I'm tired of the whole situation, man.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm glad we are going end of it, because the transfer windows is getting
2 weeks, isn't
close.
it? 2 weeks
Yeah,
today.
2 weeks now. So at least from 2 weeks now, as soon as the transfer window closes, we'll have a clear idea whether Enzo left Chelsea, or we're getting if he left, we get a proper replacement for him. So let's
Yeah, I
see.
don't see it going to deadline day, though.
Yeah, I don't see that as well, because I think that would be crazy as well.
I reckon by Friday, the latest.
Yeah.
Because we need
And
time to find a replacement. And
yeah,
teams will know we've got money.
exactly.
So they're just going to put up the price.
And we've been linked to Adam Hutton and then Alex Scott. So what are your thoughts about those players overall? Do you rate them? Do you think they'll do well at Chelsea if you sign them?
I'd prefer Wharton over Scott for me.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I haven't really seen too much of Scott. I saw him in the Championship, but I didn't really see him at Bournemouth much. I see him score against Arsenal last season. That's about it.
Yeah. Okay, let me answer this WhatsApp. Okay, go ahead, bro. Let me just check this. I'll come back. Big up to the demon. This is on Chelsea. Chelsea can put out a statement saying Enzo is no longer for sale. Chelsea want to sell Enzo. Atletico Madrid just put out a statement saying Alvarez is not for sale. Even though Alvarez has been taking all over Barcelona, 100%. I say the same thing. Especially after Enzo Fernandez said what he said about Liam Rosinha and everything. Chelsea are willing to sell him. That's my take, especially after what he said about Liam Rosinha, talking about Real Madrid. Bro, the demon, you're spot on, bro. Yeah, spot on. If Chelsea wants to keep Enzo Fernandez, they should put a statement. So, Stephen, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with that. But do you think the club will put a statement out? I don't think they will.
Yeah, I don't think so as well.
Unless the window shuts. If the window shuts, I wouldn't rule out him signing a new deal then.
Yeah,
But
I
till
think that is
then, Yeah.
I think it's the case as well. But anyway, let's move on. Enzo, we have Liam Delap here. It says Chelsea won over 15 million for Liam Delap, and multiple Premier League clubs are keen.
Yo.
Oh, sorry about that, Stephen. I don't know what happened. Can you hear me? I don't know what happened. Guys, if you're new, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. In terms of Liam Delap, I think we are overpricing him. I think maybe 40 to 35. I think is a fair fee for him because we paid 30 for him. But again, let's see. So if you're new, guys, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. Oh, Steven just went out. Yeah, sorry about it, guys. I don't know what happened to my signal there. But my phone is overheating. Yeah, I can see that. Are you back?
Yeah, can you hear me, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you.
StreamYard's playing up.
Oh, it's StreamYard. I thought it's my phone.
No, StreamYard's been like that for a couple of weeks.
Oh, I thought it's my phone. It's my
No.
That's why I'm saying now. Why my phone is doing that? Because I'm using data. I'm not using my Wi-Fi. If I use data, I think it's much faster. My Wi-Fi has been acting up recently.
Mm. The lap to
So
Forest, yeah?
do you think that will happen?
It's really interesting. I think they're going to try, but I don't think they'll pay 50 million.
What do you think the fair price for him will be?
35 to 40.
Yeah, I say the same thing. 35 to 40. I think is a fair price for him. And
Yeah.
Forest got a lot of money as well, so they should pay up.
Yeah.
They even sold their striker to
Coventry, wasn't it?
Yeah, but still they have two strikers as well, Woods and Eagle.
Mm.
So I think they're fine as well. Maybe I don't see even Everton, because Everton, they still have two strikers, Beto and Berry. So
They
I don't
said it's
see.
too expensive.
Say again.
They said it's too expensive. They don't want to pay 50 mil.
That's crazy. Is young Premier League proven. I know last season was horrible, but again, is a Premier League proven as well. So you should pay up. So let's see. According to Postcode, it says Postcode tries to take advantage of a minute at Martinez failure move to. If I was him, I would look. If I was them, I would have a look at the Aston Villa coach, because his move at Juventus has been falling through. I think will be a good signing for Chelsea. Do you agree with this statement, Martinez to Chelsea?
Who?
Martinez to Chelsea.
I'll take him, but don't he have a finger injury?
Yeah, that's the thing. And then
he need a surgery. I think he has to go for surgery.
Yeah, so
he'll be out for a while, wouldn't it?
So I won't take him. For me
I would
personally,
just
I
put
won't take him.
Henderson. I would.
Exactly. So
I do think
actually,
Sanchez will start though. The first game of the season, I think Sanchez start.
yeah, I think Joe Sanchez start the first game of the season. Mike Pende starting the cup games, and then if Sanchez doesn't play very well, Sanchez will be integrated slowly by surely. Hopefully, from next season, beyond him growing up, he'll be our number one. I think this is the Chelsea's thinking, because if we buy a goalkeeper with a similar age, I think we're going to block his pathway. So if we send Martinez, if he was not injured, I think Martinez will be a nice move, because Martinez is 33-year-old. So
who linked us to Martinez?
oh man, StreamYard. Oh man. Or I would you'll do what? Actually, this is my little sister. Stephen, are you there? Uh, let's talk about a few players. I think I'll wrap it up because I don't know what is happening with stream yet, and actually it doesn't help with my stream. So guys, if you're new, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. On Axel Disas is close to a move to a Premier League club. Chelsea won 25 million, but may have to settle for a loan with option to make it permanent. So let's see, man. What happened? DJ, my issue is answering City, then want them to beat 100%, bro. Big up, Esteval. Big up, bro. Big up, my bro, Esteval. So I'll just talk about a few players, and then I think I'll wrap it up because StreamYard is emptying up and is affecting my channel. My Omar Kaliman is closer to join Strasbourg on a permanent deal with buy option back. Guys, if you're new, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. I see Maresca getting sacked by Christmas coolest Chelsea. I don't see that happening. Manchester City are not that club, bro. Look at Pep Guardiola, they gave him time to be successful. Pellegrini, they gave him time to be successful. Mancini, they gave him time to be successful. So I don't see that happening. And they know the success of Pep Guardiola, someone will replace him, will eventually have to get enough time to recreate what Pep Guardiola did in Manchester City. So I think they're not stupid. I will buy him. Who will you buy? Oh, man. But he lost against Arsenal. But again, it's just first game. And compare Manchester City to Arsenal. Arsenal have 6 years under Arteta. They already know his system, bro. And preseason and the league are different two things, right? Yeah, Rodri already wanted to leave, even Pep Guardiola was there. If Pep Guardiola didn't convince Rodri to sign a new contract while he was there, clearly already Rodri made up his mind that he wants to go back to Spain. Big up my past 05, big up legendary Tempo, my bro Elite. Either Manchester City pay up 120 million for Enzo or not getting our player. It's simple as that, 100%, bro. Rodri gone. Big up my bro Coachella. Simple as that, my past. Simple as that, bro. I think Marc Cucurella is leaving either way. So I think I'll wrap it up in the next 5 minutes because of StreamYard is acting up. They have been fresh linked with Aston Villa goalkeeper Emil Martinez, but as been constantly reported in the deal sheet, Chelsea are happy with their option of Robert Sanchez McPenders, Shamilong with Gaston also in contention for the third choice keeper position 100%. Big up, Chilo. Uma também. Upumqombothi. Emagamini. Upumqombothi. Coach, I like that song. Don't worry, I'll give you homemade Komboti. The injured player. That's the thing. Even Martinez is injured. That's why I think Juventus didn't want to pay up the asking fee. My beer. So in terms of Robert Sanchez and Mike Pendes, personally, I'm happy. I'm happy about it. That's my take. Says I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Pendes, the 21-year-old who spent last season on loan to Strasbourg, is Chelsea's number one goalkeeper by the 10 of the year. 100%. I think he's going to push Robert Sanchez to be a better player. And if Robert Sanchez doesn't do very well, we have Mike Pendes. Same we did with Thibaut Courtois. We have Thibaut Courtois and Peter Cech, and eventually Thibaut Courtois became our number one. And also same way with Peter Cech and Kudisini goes back the way. Kepa didn't have enough competition to be a top goalkeeper. And we know the history with Kepa Arrizabalaga. Tebro yellow first. Oh, what is that? Oh, Tebro in. 100% my best. You know, ball. So let me just go to other things before we wrap it up. I just want to talk about the João Pedro one. Says Manchester City is also like Neto, but they consider the £100 million value too high. For me personally, I think only Saudi can pay what we need. I think Saudi can pay that. If not, I think it's a perfect player to play as a wingback, as we've seen in the preseason games. And Pedro Neto's work rate is so good. I think that's why a lot of coaches like him. So I think Pedro Neto is most likely to stay to Chelsea or go to Saudi. And that's why Chelsea are pressing out the players. Clearly, they're willing to keep them. So let's see what is going to happen. So I think I'm going to wrap it up, guys, soon. So let's just keep up with everything. According to Dimazio, says Barishile move to Napoli is done. It's done until Napoli and Chelsea have just finalized the final details for the defender arrival. The player is expected to depart for Italy tomorrow, which is today. Hopefully he passes his medical test. Big up, Dante.
Yeah, big up Tobago. People in the chat there. I see Mr. Chelsea Perspectives in there. How come he's got a wrench? I told you, take it away from him. He doesn't deserve that power.
Yeah, like I was about to wrap it up soon, but again, I'll just give us extra 10 minutes to talk about everything.
You've been on for a while?
Yeah, 1 hour, 10 minutes. And then even StreamYard is acting strange because it's been cutting me off. I don't know why. It's not my Wi-Fi this time. because I'm using normal data, not Wi-Fi.
Mhm.
So I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue is still me. So
Maybe, yeah. Anyway, that's good. No, my son went to bed late, and he wanted me to put him to bed. So yeah, that's why I took a bit longer.
okay, no problem. I'll just start with this one because uh no need to talk about Barishile a lot because Barishile really is going to Napoli. But in terms of this player, since Manchester City also like Pedro Neto, but they consider the 100 million pounds valuation too high. For me personally, before you go, I think Chelsea, that personally, they're not desperate to sell Pedro Neto. I think that's why the price tag is too high. So, what is your overall thought?
Yeah, I thought it was 75. Now it's changed to 100 million. So I guess that tells you that maybe is a bit of a sign that Alonso maybe seen enough and maybe said, let's just keep him if we can. If we can't, well, put a ridiculous price up there because the market's crazy anyway. And he must have some. He must have a bit of assurance from Alonso, because otherwise, I was in that camp. I thought he'll probably leave because you know, we got a lot of players that have come in for specific positions, and he doesn't really fit those. He does fit them, but he's not a specialist in those positions. And he really struggled in that position against when Rossini played him in that wing backs roles. He was really bad. So I'm like, he might not want to stick around as well for competition. He's an older player, obviously. He's not old, but he's an older, more mature, experienced player. He might want to go somewhere where he's also going to get a lot more love from the fans, because we know the fans, they're a bit of a problem. They don't love him at all. He doesn't get much love at all, to be honest. He gets a lot of rubbish out there about him. So he's actually very important. Under Maresca, he was our most important guy for the first 6 months of the season there. So look, I'm happy if he stays. I don't mind if he goes. If he wants to go, I'm okay with it, because looking from the player's angle, if he's not going to play every game as a starter, and then someone comes along, like, say, doesn't have to be, say, Man City, they come and say, I want you, you're going to be a starter, and here's an extra 50K salary on top of that, plus all the signing fees. And, for a player like him, that could be tempting, because he knows he's going to have to run a lot in this formation, in this system under Alonso. As a wing back, it's way more running than as a winger. So does he want to do that role? Well, this is a good sign, because, from 75, I thought there's teams out there that can get him for 75. Now that they've put it up to 100 million, well, that's a big, I don't see any team coming for that. No chance coming for him for that price, to be honest. Maybe Saudi Arabia, but I don't see him wanting to go there.
Yeah, I think Saudi, he might go to Saudi because a lot of Portuguese players are playing in Saudi. Sure. And the influence of his agent in Saudi as well. So I think he might convince him, especially if they're going to give him crazy money, because I think as much as you want to stay in the Europe, money is also important. Look at the example of Oscar. Oscar, the reason why he left Chelsea and go to China is because of
money. It's a business. We keep saying it. It's a business.
Yeah.
It's important. Look, it's kind of like his last contract in a way. He's going to be 27. Exactly. So sort of next 4 or 5 year contract. Well, that's your last big contract, basically. So yeah, maybe that's why Chelsea put it up to 100 million, because, only Saudi will pay that probably. We don't know, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, I think this is the case, because even Malcolm, the player from Al Hilal, is most likely to go to our Saudi other Saudi team.
He's left already, I heard. Yeah, I think he's left already. Yeah.
Yeah, to make space for Pedro Neto. So I think Saudi might help us to give us a 100 million or 75. I think even if it's 75, I think it's going to be a good fee for him as well.
Look, like I said, I don't mind him staying if he's happy to stay and do that role. I don't mind him going if we get that much money. Well, it's a win-win, really. It's a win player, win for Chelsea, it's win for everyone in a way. So either way, I'm happy. So it's a good position we're in, actually. So yeah.
100%. So in terms of Omega, says it's now been determined that Emmanuel Omega will be part of the Chelsea squad this season. So what are your thoughts about this? Do you think Omega really stay at Chelsea?
Of course, yeah, he'll stay. He's definitely going to stay. He wouldn't have come across otherwise. So he would have signed somewhere else. He had like 5 or 6 other European clubs after him as well. So he decided, obviously, to come. You know, we had first dibs on him, and we got him for a pretty good price. To be honest, it's a cheap price for how players are going. His price is very cheap. So look, I think he was too good to turn down, and also probably because the lap's going. Well, then we need another striker there, and he probably suits a bit more the Alonso football as well than the lap, to be honest. So he's got the height. We've seen him a lot. Obviously, we watched with Strasbourg a lot. He's got it in him, and he was getting better pretty much. And then he got injured. We know he made his debut for Netherlands. And after that, he got injured, and he was out quite a bit. But he's back, and I think he deserves a go. You know, he's gone through the process of going Strasbourg, you know, and then coming to Chelsea through the Blueco system. I think he gets a go. Unfortunately, I think the lap, yeah, that's it for the lap. He had his go, even though it wasn't that long. I still think Alonso probably had a look at him, obviously in preseason quite a lot, and obviously he made the decision that no, he'd rather have Omega. And let's not forget Omega, the preseason, the first couple of games, he was really good. So he made probably a really good impression. And yeah, he's got that height. You can never go wrong with that height. We don't have that profile. And that's really going to help in some occasions with that height. He's very good in the air, actually. You know, they don't play that much Strasbourg in the air, but every time I've seen him, he's scored a lot of the goals with his head as well. So he's good in the air. He's technical for a big guy. And I think we need depth at that position because you know, knock on wood, something happens to João Pedro up front, well, then we're short, aren't we? So I think having him there, we need an extra guy that's a more out-and-out striker, and yeah, he'll definitely stay. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And also, as much as we signed Danny Welbeck, I think you won't depend a lot on Danny Welbeck. So, and also
those are the options. Welbeck is a luxury bench option. He's a specialist. The last 15, 20 minutes of a game. He scored most of his goals coming like that off the bench. So it'll be good to have in those situations Welbeck because he's got the experience in the Premier League. Omega hasn't yet. But that's a good perfect someone to learn off. Danny Welbeck, perfect for Omega to learn off, and João Pedro, a bit different, more technical. So he's got time to learn a little bit, and there won't be much pressure on Omega. Hardly no pressure, to be honest, because, you know, depends what shirt he gets. If he gets the number 9 shirt, maybe maybe he'll have a bit of pressure, but we'll see what happens with that number 9 shirt if the lap leaves, who they're going to give it to. It'll either be him or obviously Welbeck, probably.
Yeah, I agree with you. So let's see. And in Jackson, I don't think Chelsea will accept being a squad player at Chelsea.
Big up my bust. Yeah, no, that was never the case. We all knew all along. Like, people have been talking Jackson is staying. Look at him, how good. Jackson doesn't want to. I just don't see him wanting to stay. His attitude told us everything last season. He left when there was competition. He left. So why is he going to stay now that there's probably more competition, to be honest, because there's Welbeck and Omega coming in. So probably even one extra competition. So, look, I think he'll play, but I don't think Alonso can promise him the minutes, to be honest. And I think his ego is a bit too big. And I think that relationship from last season with Chelsea, that was also, look, they brought him back, gave him a go, but in the back of my mind, I still think they were always going to try to move him on because, yeah, he didn't handle himself too good last season, to be honest, and his agent.
Yeah, 100%. Now we talk about Malo. Says Manchester City have been looking to sign right back at the start of the window, but were pressed out of a move for Chelsea's Malo Gusto and had shelf plans to strengthen their position. I think this is the case. I'm glad Chelsea are doing this, because when we sell players who are our rivals, they should not be cheaper. They should pay up the premium price. So I'm glad we are doing that. And Malo Gusto is a good player as well. He can challenge Pep Chavarela. Maybe he can be important player as well. So I don't see Chelsea being desperate to sell Malo Gusto as well.
Same situation. We're not desperate to sell him, but we put a price on there. Why? Because he's not going to be first choice. So if the player wants to be first choice somewhere, I don't think anywhere he goes, he'll be first choice anyway, to be honest. He's not that type of player to be, 100% first choice. But yeah, look, Palestra is going to play ahead of him. Chavarria, I think, will play ahead of him on the left if he does. So I don't see him. He'll play, and we need the depth. But again, it's one of those. If we keep him, perfect. We need that depth. If anyone wants him, well, you got to pay up a lot of money, especially Man City. You want a guy. You guys have been overpaying for the last 2-3 years like crazy for young kids and players that are not good, so that have failed, and they're pretty much out a year later. That Reindeers guy, Marmoush, and all these. What's happening with these players? They 1 year they brought him for massive fees, and a year later they're out. So, if they want him, pay up. Simple.
Exactly. I remember the Rangers situation when he was signed to City. People were saying he's better than Enzo Fernandez. Where is he now? He's went to Saudi. It's better than Enzo Fernandez, but Manchester City sold him just to buy Enzo Fernandez. So
and I think they got lucky with that. They got lucky. Saudi came calling, because otherwise, that's the only reason they were able to move him. To be honest, because otherwise, no one would have paid that salary he's on.
100%, bro. So now we have got the latest. I think this makes sense. I've been saying it. Garnacho will join Aston Villa permanently if he hits certain targets and could still be followed by Nicholas Jackson in the closing hours of the transfer window. I think this is possible, because they said the 45 days period will be on the deadline day. So clearly, Jackson is most likely to go to Aston Villa. Maybe they agreed a fee behind the scene, and everything will be finalized at the end of the transfer window.
Look, I think this was when the owners met. This was probably discussed. I think Jackson has just said, "Hold on, I might better offer," and if there's none, I think he'll end up there. To be honest, I don't. He thinks he's going to get another offer. Maybe, you never know. His agent's trying to get one for him, but I think that Aston Villa is on there anyway. They need another forward, so even though they got their young kid, but they still need another one. Look, I think this is definitely on the table, and I think this will be done, because I don't see him staying at Chelsea. And I think they already talked about this. Yeah, like you said, I think that when they had that meeting, I think they already talked about this deal, and it's on the table. And I think it's not been put out there because they're keeping it quiet. But Jackson probably didn't want to go straight away. He wants to wait for other options. That's the type of guy he is. He wants, that's what he did last season as well, basically. So I think he'll do the same.
100%. I think we need to talk about this before we wrap it up, because this is the main issue now. He said even if Manchester City offer 120 million for Enzo Fernandez now, it might not be accepted for financial reasons, but there is more to it than that. Chelsea are also very reluctant to help improve a Premier League rival at this late stage of the window with no assurance of finding a replacement themselves. So what are your thoughts about this?
Again, this is Chelsea being diplomatic again, basically saying if you want him, well, you guys already know you missed that deadline. You're going to have to probably pay 150 now if you really want him. So you either come with the big money or Enzo stays. Simple as that. Very simple. I think that's They haven't shut the door. We haven't shut the door because I think Enzo's might have given the okay to it, because otherwise Chelsea would have shut the door. And Enzo, if he really wants to stay, he could have shut the door already. He would have put it's the age of social media. It's one type one thing and he's done. He's saying that he's staying, and then there's no more. Enzo not doing that as well. He's keeping his option open as well. So I think that possibility is still there. It just depends on Man City's finances. Yeah, they can spend big, they can do, but it depends how their books actually balance out. Because there is still some fair play there. There is still some PSR. There is still a little bit of, they can't overspend either. So yeah, I think that's all it is, to be honest. I think they passed that deadline. Chelsea didn't shut the door. Man City hasn't shut the door either. Enzo certainly hasn't shut the door. I think it's one of those that if they come with the big money, not 120 anymore, it's going to be like probably 140, 150. It'll be a new record, that's for sure. So, yeah, look, it is what it is. We have to. That's good that this has come out. We knew this is the case anyway. They're not going to bow down to Man City. And to be honest, I knew Man City will not bow down to Chelsea either because they're too proud to do that. There was no way they were paying the deadline. They're not gonna agree to any terms that club puts that way because they're too cocky. They have too much ego. They don't like to be treated like that. They're the ones that want to treat other clubs like that. So I knew they're not going to bring it up. But now, if they want him, like Chelsea said, if you really want him, well, you're going to have to pay more than the 120 now.
Yeah, 100%. And also they are linked to Boadi as well. And then Lille are holding up a ransom. They want 100 euros for him. So I think that's why now there's been a lot of delays. They don't know what to do because
that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. That deal, they're completely trying to rip him off as well. From 60 million, it's gone up to over 100 million now, that deal. But good on them. That if they want to take that, the kid's only a kid. He's 19 years old or 18 actually. So, if they want their best talent, well, I think this is the dilemma that they can't buy them both. They won't be able to buy them both. So they have to decide 18-year-old kid for 100 million or proven guy like Enzo, for maybe 150 million. So we'll see what happens. I think, like I said, I think still a 50-50 for me because no one's closed the door on this deal yet.
Yeah, I think it's a 50-50 as well. And also, if they still sell or they sell their winger, Savino, right, they still need to replace him as well. So if they sell him on a high fee, right, they need to buy a better winger. Also, they need to pay a lot of money. So they are doomed. So
they are. But this is their doing. They're the ones that stuffed this market up, to be honest.
Yeah,
they stuffed themselves up and this market up, to be honest, with that Elliot Anderson signing, a guy that's had one season wonder that nearly got relegated last season, coming in for 116 million or whatever it was. So, I mean, what do you expect now? Yeah, what do you expect now?
Yeah, so that's crazy. So that's why I'm saying it's a 50-50. Especially we made this deadline day. Now if they want him, they have to overpay us, which I think won't happen. And then I pray that Chelsea, as much as they want Enzo maybe to leave because of what he said publicly, I don't want them to reduce their price tag. I think that won't look good in Chelsea. So
they won't do that. They won't do that. They're not going to reduce the price. No chance.
Yeah, so we should not reduce the price. They should pay the premium price, 120 or more. If they don't pay that, Enzo should stay at Chelsea. We'll see in the next window what will happen.
You know why? Probably because Chelsea know maybe Enzo's got a little bit of an agreement with Real Madrid maybe next season for 120 probably. So, or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised they know. And that's when they spoke to each other, the clubs, they shut down the rumors together. They put the letter out, Real Madrid. Real Madrid don't do that usually. So I think Chelsea was very much involved in that, and because they have very good relationship. And I'm looking at that for next season. If he stays, I still think there's a big chance he leaves next season. But that doesn't matter. It is what it is. wants him now, they got to pay that premium. If not, we'll see what happens. A year is a long time in football, and that's why Chelsea, it's hard. You put it. I mean, Enzo can get an injury and he's out all next season. Well, then how are you getting any money? You're not going to get much money for him then. So it's a risky business because 1 year is a very long time in football. So, things can change very quickly. So that's why probably Chelsea haven't quite shut the door on it, because if they can get that big money for him, because, I love Enzo Fernandez. He's one of my favorite players. But if you get 150 or a record, British record or a world record, or not world, probably British record, you can replace Enzo. It's not like he's not irreplaceable. You probably can replace him, especially with the new system and the Alonso system. Before, probably a bit harder, but in this system, well, he would have to play as a deep lying playmaker more than anything. I think he can be, not replaced, never replacing him, but you can, someone can do that job because it's more of a defensive job. So, yeah, look, probably that's why Chelsea haven't quite shut the door as well.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you very much, bro. I appreciate it. Anything like your address before I wrap it up?
No, all good. Just thought I'd come on quickly. I didn't realize I stayed that long, but yeah, it's all good.
Thank you very much. A big thank you to my boss, Coachella, DJ Sef, Stephen, Esteva, William. We had Fawale here was here, and then we had Daniel. If I missed your name, I'm only human. Up the chest. Thank you, Dante, again as well. So see you in the next stream. I don't know when I'm going to do a stream because my issue now is my Wi-Fi. That's why now I'm using data. If my Wi-Fi was,
everybody's got McDonald's, KFC, all the what's the Chick-fil-A for coach lately?
I'm planning to get a new Wi-Fi, but my only issue is that what if that one is worse than this one? So that's my biggest issue.
Yeah, I don't know. This Wi-Fi should be, by now, the technology should be amazing. I don't know how it still cuts off every now and then and doesn't work. I know Coachella pays a lot of money for it. I pay very good money, and it still stuffs up all the time. I just don't get it, to be honest. It's like these companies, seriously.
Even mine, I'm paying a lot of money for it, but again, still horrible.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Take care, guys.
Thank you, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Up the charts.